ihan vika.
Ihan jompikumpi. Okay, welcome to this matchday press conference. Tervetuloa tähän lehdistötilaisuuteen. Let's start, Jacob, about the week of preparations.
Yes, first of all, it has been again a pleasure to be together with the players, and of course also a special time because it's the first time for me with them here in Helsinki, in Finland, and it's nice to see the players in the home environment, also close to family and friends. So I got the really impression that these players, they came home and now they're home in their own environment. So it has been a very nice experience so far. And then we have had some good trainings. We have been enjoying the Finnish summer. We have had no injuries so far in the training, so we avoided the things we want to avoid so far. I'm knocking under the table. So everybody's fresh and everybody's ready for those two upcoming tough matches that are waiting for us.
Oliver?
Like Jacob said, no injuries, no problems. There's a good feeling around the team, and yeah, it's in Helsinki, in our home. It's always these summer camps here are always the best. And yeah, there's a good feeling.
Okay, then next questions to Oliver in English, if there is any. Please, just wait for the microphone.
Hi Oliver, how is it to play against the Netherlands?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. At the end it's like any other game. Of course, there's a small extra special feeling that it's Holland, but there's no friends in the team or anyone who I know. So yeah, it's like playing against any other team.
And what do you think of the level of the Dutch national team? We have some good players who play for big clubs, but we have also some players from the Dutch league. What do you think?
Yeah, of course, it's a great team with some huge players. And also the players who plays in the Dutch team, Dutch league are also one of the best players in the Dutch league. So there's no bad players in the team, I would say.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah, hi Jacob. I would ask some questions on behalf of the Dutch broadcaster NOS about Oliver. In the Netherlands, they know Antman as from Go Ahead Eagles. What is your opinion of Oliver?
Yeah, now he's not here, so I can say everything. Now, of course, when you see Oliver play, and I have also seen him play earlier in his career, it's a player that really, is doing a hard job for the opponent, always challenging in many areas, behind, in front. So he's something that the opponent has to be aware of when he's playing. So, of course, when you're his coach, that's a very good thing. And then he's a humble guy who's working hard. Even he's an offensive player. He's also very dedicated as a team player, working without the ball. So it's really a lot of positive things to say about Oliver. And then he's making assists, he's making goals, which is also important for the offensive player. So it's all what you want from a player at that position as well. So very positive.
This is maybe since you started this year, but the next question would be, has he developed into a stronger player over the past year?
Yeah, it's obviously when you take a step from the Superliga in Denmark to the Dutch Liga, and then first a profile in Denmark, then you go to Holland, and then after a period of time, you also start to be a profile in that league. It shows something about his development in general, and that's where he's, in a natural way, natural process he's taking step by step in his career, and he's at a very good point now.
Yeah, and the last one would also be about the next step. He currently plays for Go at Eagles and provided most assists in the Dutch league. Is he ready, in your opinion, for the next step?
I would say it that way. If I was in the scouting recruitment section in bigger clubs than where he's currently playing, then of course he would be on my list. If you have that, that style of play and the position he plays, so it would be strange if he's not, on the list somewhere else.
You're welcome. Okay, more questions to Jacob. Please raise your hands. Janne first, then from the middle.
Yeah, but it's also your home debut, so what kind of reception are you waiting from the book?
I heard a lot of good things about it from actually some of the players in the small talk we had this past week. Some of the things that are, repeated from different players is that they are all looking very much forward to it because they have this feeling it's a very special atmosphere also for a national team game to play in front of the Finnish crowd. So it doesn't lower my expectations when I talk with the players compared to what I have seen before. So it's of course, I was also asked a while ago if I was nervous. No, I'm not nervous, the players are not nervous, but are we excited? Yes, we are excited to play home against hopefully more or less a full stadium. So my expectations for the atmosphere is at a good high level, but I also know we as a team we need to stay in the game, make a good game picture, because then we keep the crowd alive as well, and we want to keep the crowd alive to the end and excited. So that's also our job to keep it that way. Yeah.
Hi, Juho Niemistä from Sanoma. I want to talk about your time in Finland. You said you have experienced sauna and stuff. How have you liked your time in Finland, and has there been anything surprising so far?
I was in the sauna yesterday, also, just for your information. I still like it. Now I had the chance for the 2 past weeks to stay in Helsinki. We had a small mini camp last week. I had the time to go to visit Kotka, to see a game there, to get a bit closer to the Finnish football environment. And it's still, I have to say it, and of course it would also be strange if I sat down here and said a lot of negative things. But it's really hard to find these, negative things, because it has been a pleasure. I only meet, positive people around in the Finnish football environment, and people are really, positive, friendly. I know, let's see if we lose some games, if they're still as friendly. But my impression is still very positive, and it's in general for all Finnish people. When I referred back in Denmark and people are asking me, I say that they are so decent and they're just, good people, and then what's not to like. So I'm getting a bit better feeling of the Finnish people and the Finnish environment, and still very, very positive. Yeah, and there's always two to a tango, so we know there is an opponent on the other side of the halfway line that can also, decide a bit of the game picture. So let's take Holland, for example. I'm quite sure we will have, periods without the ball where we really have to suffer, we have to work hard, we have to be dedicated. So it's not like we voluntarily want to go down and defend, but it will be a fact when you play good opponents like this. And when we do that, it has to be, with the heart and mind of doing that really, really well. But on the other hand, we also have this mindset of we actually want to achieve something. We didn't meet up here tomorrow just to defend, even we know it will be a part of the game. So it's also about taking the opportunities and hopefully make the Holland team also think a bit without the ball and challenge them in the way we want to attack and we want to play football. So it's about accepting the game picture because there is a good opponent, but also trying to gain a few percentage in each phase of the game to our advantage, and that's where it has to be with a positive mindset of really wanting to achieve something. And one concrete example could be that when we're on the ball, we also have to make it hard for them. Yeah.
Please, just a bit of thoughts about the Dutch team and any thoughts that they might be a bit of overconfident, so to say?
Yeah, now we play Holland. I know they have a high self-confidence. So I don't have any doubt that, of course, they go out and they need and want, just like us, they want 3 points. And I think they have a high portion of self-confidence. And it can be good, it can be positive. And of course, they also, have a reason why they have a high self-confidence. So I expect a team that comes out and wanting to press us high when it comes to the football part, because they are seeing themselves as superior, 1-to-1. So no doubt that they have big self-confidence, and I think it will be shown in their approach without the ball. But if you think that it makes them, relax a bit, to have too much confidence, no, I don't think so. These are professional players. They have played many games, and I'm quite sure many of them, even they're Dutch, they are also a bit humble sometimes.